It's Karen to read you a story. And today I'm going to read again from Stories That Never Grow Old. These stories are very old. They were old when I was little. The story today is called Shingebiss, and it's an old Native American folk tale. Look here. Here's a picture of Shingabiss, a little duck. You see him there by his lake with the rushes growing out of the lake? Shingebiss. On the shore of the great lake, Shingebiss, the little wild duck, had his home. All summer he found his food in the shallow water along the shore. Dipping his big bill into the soft mud, he scooped up little shellfish and tadpoles and the other things a little wild duck likes to eat. Soon the summer had gone. Then the soft mud became hard with frost, and there were no more little shellfish and tadpoles. But Shingebiss didn't mind. How fortunate it is that I have a comfortable lodge with a good fire, he said to himself. Let me show you a picture of Shingebiss's lodge. Here it is, out in the wilderness, right near the lake. You see the deer there? And you see how he brings fish up for his supper. I have a comfortable lodge with a good fire, and he looked at the great logs that would keep the fire burning until spring came again. There were 4 of them, one for each of the cold months. It's fortunate, too, he said, that I have such a strong bill, for with it I can find food. He left his little lodge and went down to the lake. The water was frozen from shore to shore, but Shingebiss was not afraid. He walked along until he saw a bunch of frozen rushes standing up above the ice. Then, with his strong bill, he pulled them up and made a hole through the ice. There were fish swimming under the ice, and soon Shingebiss had a nice long string of them to take home. He blew up the flame in the fireplace and cooked his supper. Far up in the Arctic, the north wind lived. He was a quarrelsome creature. He liked to come blowing down over the earth, frightening the animals and birds. Sometimes he froze them to death if they did not hide when they heard him coming. All summer the north wind slept in a cave. But the day after Shingebiss went fishing through the ice, the north wind awoke from his long sleep. I'll go down and blow over the great lake, he growled to himself. So he swooped and he swirled over the frozen lake, and with him he brought the snow. The deer and the rabbits huddled in their homes. The squirrels rolled themselves up in hollow trees and went to sleep. Nothing can live where I come, screamed the north wind. Just then he saw Shingebiss come from his lodge and go down to the hole he had made in the ice the day before. It was frozen over, but the ice had not become thick, and with his strong bill Shingebiss opened it up again. Then he fished for his supper as he had done the day before. Woo! 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 howled the north wind, swirling around the duck. But Shingebiss paid no attention. He had a coat of feathers and down that kept him warm and comfortable. He feared no wind, no matter how noisy and quarrelsome. Here's a picture of the north wind coming down, sweeping over the lake. And you can see, because it's a Native American story, he has a feather headdress. shows he's very powerful. Shingebiss feared no wind, no matter how noisy and quarrelsome. When the north wind saw that Shingebiss was not afraid of him, he swept up loose snow and blew it over the little duck's back. But his coat of feathers and down was so well oiled, so the snow rolled right off, and Shingebiss did not even feel it. When he had caught as many fish as he wanted, he went happily back to his warm lodge. Here you can see Shingebiss fishing over the ice, and you can see he sees that cold wind coming down from the north. The north wind followed him to his lodge, whirling around and trying to frighten the little duck. But Shingebiss started to sing a song that his mother had taught him when he was a tiny duckling. "Oh, north wind, why frighten others? In nature's family, all are brothers." Those were the first words of the song. When the north wind heard them, he laughed with scorn. "You are no brother of mine," he roared. "When I blow, all living creatures must hide." Puff and blow and wheeze and hiss, you can't frighten Shingebiss, sang the little duck. Then he blew up the flames in his fireplace and cooked his supper. Look here. It's a picture of Shingebiss sitting in front of his lovely fire. Oh, doesn't he look comfortable? "Woo, woo, woo," roared the wind. "We'll see whether you are as brave as you say." Then he swept away over the lake. With his cold breath, he froze the ice thick over the hole where Shingebiss had caught his fish. Then he heaped a pile of snow over it. "Now we'll see whether you can be frightened or not," he roared. Next morning, Shingebiss came to the place where he had been fishing. He found it covered so deep in snow that he did not even try to dig down to the ice. He went along the shore of the lake until he saw a clear place with frozen rushes standing up. With his strong bill, he pulled the rushes out, and through the hole he had made, he caught his fish for his supper. While he was cooking them, the north wind came to his lodge. "Ooh, ooh, ooh," he shouted. "I'll blow your lodge down." He puffed and swirled and roared. But Shingebiss had built his lodge so well that it did not even bend or sway. When the little duck heard the wild wind outside, he sang, "Bring your frost and ice and snow. I'm still free to come and go." Then the north wind was so angry that he lifted the flap and came into the lodge. "I'll blow your fire out," he shouted, and he puffed with all his might. But the fire only burned brighter and brighter and sent its heat all through the lodge. "Phew!" exclaimed the wind, who was not used to staying in a warm room. He felt drops of water running down his face. "I'm melting! I'm melting!" he shouted, and lifting the flap, he rushed out of the lodge. Shingebiss sang after him, "You can never frighten me. One who never fears is free." In a rage, the north wind swept out over the lake. He made the ice thicker and thicker and the snow deeper and deeper every day. But still, Shingebiss was not afraid. Day after day, he left his lodge and found a new place to catch his fish. As the north wind circled around the lodge each night, he heard the little duck's voice singing his song of courage. "Oh, north wind, why frighten others? In nature's family all are brothers and sisters. Puff and blow and wheeze and hiss, you can't frighten Shingabiss. Bring your frost and ice and snow. I'm still free to come and go. You can never frighten me. One who never fears is free." "Brave little duck," puffed the wind at last. "I can't freeze him or starve him or even frighten him." "Perhaps he is right, and all are brothers and sisters in nature's family. I'll go back to my cave and not try to frighten him anymore." So, for the rest of the winter, Shingebiss fished and cooked his supper and sang his song each evening, and the north wind troubled him no more. Here's a nice picture of Shingebiss bringing his fish home over the snow without a care in the world. He's made his plans for the winter, and now he's carrying them out. I think this is a wonderful story, and we can all take courage from Shingebiss and sing our way through times that could be scary. Well, that's it for today. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye.